Assalamu alaikum and hello to everyone. My name is Dr. Uneeb Gazdar and today I will be presenting my paper on awareness of vehicle safety features and their use and impact on accidents. These are the contents of my presentation which I will go through. I will start with a brief introduction about road safety. Then I will present the aims and objectives of this paper. Then I will discuss the different types of vehicle safety features. Then I will go through the methodology of the paper. Then I will present some descriptive analysis which I performed on the data collected in this paper. Then I will show you the results of PCA, which is principal component analysis. And in the end, we will look at the conclusions and recommendations of this research. Road safety is an important issue, or has become an important issue worldwide, and with the impact it has on the society, it cannot be taken for granted. You cannot take it lightly. So almost all experts agree that motor vehicles should be equipped with safety features so that you can save people from the accidents, road accidents, um, and their impacts and their consequences on their health as well as on the society. A major portion, more than 90% of the road accidents happen because of human mistakes. And the other factors which can cause the accidents, they are road and vehicles. Okay, so road design and vehicle design, or the fault with the road design or the vehicle, can also contribute to the accidents. Okay, but their percentage is very small. The aim of this research was mainly to find out the perception and experience of licensed drivers in Bahrain with regards to different types of vehicle safety features, which include active and passive safety features. And in fulfilling this aim, we had to first of all determine the awareness of drivers regarding the latest safety features, the latest at the time of the research. And the second part was to investigate the relationship, if there was any relationship, between the vehicle safety features, like their application and their use, and the occurrence of the accident or the experience of the accidents for the drivers. First of all, let me tell you about the types of safety features we have. We have mainly two types of safety features. So vehicle safety features can be divided into two main categories, which are active and passive. Passive features are those which help you to minimize the damage of the accident. Basically, to ensure that the driver or the passenger is safe inside the vehicle in case of an accident, or even if they get injured, the injury is minimal. So these features are inactive mostly during the accident, but they become activated once the accident has happened, or if there was any event which called for their activation. And on the other hand, the active safety systems or the active safety features are those which help you to prevent an accident. So they are the features which can be helpful in reducing the number of accidents, okay, or which can avoid getting the driver into an accident. And obviously then in that case, they should be always active during the driving operation or during the journey of the driver. So the active and passive safety features which I considered in my research are listed down here, and obviously it's not a exhaustive list. You may know about many other features, and this research was conducted 2 years ago, so there may be other features which are now available in the market. Okay, but these are the features which are available at that time, and you can go through the list, and there is some explanation given about each safety feature in the paper, which you can see over there. But just to give you an idea, so if you look at the list of active safety features on the left hand side of the slide, you will see the braking system. Okay, absolute braking system or the brake assist, they help you to brake at a time when you need it. Okay, so you are not paying attention, and there is a chance that you may get very close to another vehicle or any object, and you may not stop in time before you have a crash with that object or vehicle. So the brake assist or ABS will help you in avoiding that crash. Similarly, keeping in your lane, that is also very important for the drivers when they are driving, to keep themselves in a particular lane. So whenever you deviate away from your lane unconsciously, then uh, uh, there is a high chance that you will get into an accident. Similarly, reverse sensors, reverse camera, 360-degree camera, okay, traction control of the wheels, okay. Then we have so many other safety features which are listed here, active safety features. And now you can have an idea that how can these safety features avoid getting into an accident. Okay. Then if you look at the right hand side of the slide, you will see the list of passive safety features. The list is slightly smaller, but they are important, as important as the active safety features in their own perspective. So you see things like seat belts. Okay, so seat belts are, you are supposed to wear seat belts. Okay, so airbags. Okay, you are supposed to have them. Then we have curtain airbags which are on the side. Okay, then we have belt force limiter. Then we have child safety locks. So all these things are used to avoid or to minimize the injury to the driver and the passenger in case of an accident. Okay, so their usefulness will be shown if the accident happens. Okay, or you will feel the need for them when the accident happens. But if you are looking to activate them in case of accident, then it will be too late. So you have to keep them activated, but their usefulness and their benefit will only come if there was an accident. Obviously, if you are not wearing a seat belt and there was no accident, alhamdulillah, no problem. Okay, so you will not feel the need for the seat belt until the accident happens. Okay, same thing with the airbag. Many of us, with the blessing of Allah, has not have not seen the airbag and how does it come out and why does it come out. Okay, that is also a blessing. You didn't get into an accident. Okay, so the passive safety features will be only seen and can their working can only be observed when you get into an accident. This is the methodology of the research, and you can see that it consists of 6 steps. Okay, and the first 2 steps are for data collection. Then the third step is filtering the safety feature. Then we conducted a survey from the licensed drivers in Bahrain. Then performed some statistical analysis, and then we, in the end, perform principal component analysis on the data collected during the survey. So the 2 types of data collection, they were data collection about the vehicle safety features, and this data was collected from the showrooms in Bahrain. We hired a student group, and I mentioned their names in my acknowledgement of the paper. So that student group basically went to the showrooms and they collected data about the latest safety features in vehicles. And the other data was collected from the traffic directorate. Okay, the traffic directorate helped to collect to give the data about the number of accidents which happen in Bahrain, their causes of accidents in Bahrain, and the population of drivers, the distribution of the population of drivers in Bahrain. So that helped us in doing the analysis for our research, and it also helped. Sorry, I said S. It also helped me to do the, you know, to make conclusions. Okay, to devise some recommendations from my research. And then after we got the features from the vehicle distributors, then we performed our own filtering on the basis of literature review. Okay, for which features we have the detailed knowledge. So when we ask the question to the drivers, we have some information about it. Okay, then the survey was conducted, a statistical analysis was performed, and uh, in the end, principal component analysis was performed on the survey data. So the data collection which we did, which was done from the vehicle manufacturers and vehicle distributors and the traffic directorate, was mainly focused on gathering some you can say gathering some backup information. Okay, building up the background for the research. Okay. So this is the data which was collected for the research. I already mentioned it. Vehicle features data from the showrooms, user data which was from the licensed drivers with the survey, and the sampling of the data was done as per the Department of Traffic's statistics of driver population. Okay, so they mentioned a particular percentage of drivers who are Bahraini, non-Bahraini, male and female. So I maintained the same ratio of sample of the drivers for which the survey was done. The survey questionnaire included different parts. The first part was about the information about the driver, which included gender, nationality, age, and level of education. The second part included the information about the car of the driver, which type of car he is driving, model, brand, what safety features are installed in his car or her car, and then the next segment was rating of the safety features. Okay, so we provided a one-line information about the safety feature. So even if the driver did not use the particular type of safety feature, he can have some information from the description, and then he can rate the effectiveness of the safety features in terms of safety. And then the last question was about if he or she had any accident, the driver had any accident previously, what type of accident it was, how it happened, and so on and so forth. I performed three types of analysis in this research. I presented three types of analysis in this research: descriptive analysis, then a paired t-test, and then a principal component analysis. Descriptive analysis including calculating the mean and standard deviation about the safety or effectiveness rating of each feature. Okay, and the main purpose was to find out the perception of drivers about the effectiveness of the safety feature. Then we performed a pair t-test to know the difference in importance of vehicle safety feature uh, by drivers who had an accident and who didn't have an accident. And then the principal component analysis was done to find out the effect of the use of safety feature on the occurrence of accidents. So as I mentioned, I calculated the average and standard deviation for all the safety features which were included in this research, and you can see the average and standard deviation. The main points, obviously, it's a long list. It was a long list included in the survey questionnaire, but I will highlight the main points. The main points are So the main points are basically two, which you can conclude from this table. Uh, One is that the higher ratings are given to passive safety features. And one of the reasons which I can say in this regard is that since the passive safety features are part of the vehicle registration regulations, so if you go for vehicle registration, or if you're buying a vehicle in Bahrain, then obviously you have to have these features. For example, safety seat belt, or the child lock, or other things which I mentioned here. Okay, driver seat belt indicator. So people have more awareness about these features. They are more familiar with them, and they feel that they are more effective in ensuring the safety. Okay, while the active features such as hazard detection and lane assist, they are not mandated by the law to be had in the vehicle, and that's why people have less information about them, and then they are of the idea that they are less effective, or they are less important in ensuring the safety of the drivers. There was another observation which is not mentioned here, which is the responses showed that 78% of those drivers who had an accident, okay, did not have any injury. So most of the drivers who had an accident did not have any injury. So the accidents were of low severity, and it could have been because of the effectiveness of the passive safety feature. Okay, so since they have it, they are working well for them as well. Okay, then the comparison of the rating for the drivers who had an accident, didn't have an accident. Now you can see the graph. Okay, sorry that the graph is not so clear, but the blue line is for the drivers who have an accident, and the gray line is for the drivers who don't have an accident. So one thing is very clear: the blue lines are longer, the blue bars are longer than the gray lines. Okay, so the rating is higher for the drivers who did not have an accident. The drivers who did not have an accident are rating the safety features effectiveness higher than drivers who had an accident. Okay, so from here, what I have concluded is that it could be because that drivers who don't have an accident are more cautious, they are more careful, and they are more aware about their safety, and they are more cautious about their safety. Okay, so that's why they are putting more importance on the vehicle safety features, and they drive carefully, which results in no accident. And it was proven through a t-test that the difference of the rating is significant. It is statistically significant, which you can see in the highlighted figures here. Okay, p-value is very high, and the p-value for the t-test is very low, so as close to 0 as it can get. After the comparative analysis, principal component analysis was performed, and this is a technique which is used for finding out the possible correlations between variables. Okay, so variables are divided into smaller groups, which are known as principal components. This was performed using MATLAB. Okay, so there's a function in MATLAB for performing the PCA analysis, which you can see here. The command is given. Okay, and for help you can see the manual for MATLAB. Okay, so there were 33 safety features. Okay, we made a correlation matrix of 33 by 33 for active features and 31 by 31 for passive features. The criteria is that if the loadings, okay, which is basically showing the correlation, if the loading is between 0.3 to plus from minus zero point 0.4 to plus 0.4, okay, so the correlation is very minimal. If the loading is more than plus 0.5 or less than minus 0.5, then it is significant, it's statistically significant. Then if it goes above 0.7, then we see a well-defined structure between the different components, the different factors for which you are finding out the rating. From principal component analysis, it was found that neither the active or the passive feature appear to have any correlation with the accidents. And this conforms with the statistics gathered by gathered from General Directorate of Traffic, which says that only 6% of the accidents happen because of weaker safety features. As I mentioned earlier, the others happen because of driver errors. So these weaker safety features, which I mentioned earlier as well, that can help to avoid the accidents and reduce driver mistakes, because active safety features like lane assist and absolute braking and so on and so forth, they can also help to reduce the accidents which may be caused due to driver mistakes. Okay, but obviously then you cannot see the correlation if from the data which we collected here. Okay, so only 5.7% of the accident happened because of some fault with the vehicle. Now remember, here we are saying that the accident did not happen because of the fault of the vehicle, but the active or the passive vehicle safety features may have avoided the accidents, which obviously did not come, or which was not evident in this data. So in the conclusions, I would say the passive safety features are ranked higher. They are considered more effective by the drivers. Okay, and I've already said the reason is that they are mandated by the law. So drivers have more awareness about them. Uh, there was large standard deviation in the ratings of the features. So although the some of the features have high rating, but still there is a diversity in opinion. High standard deviation means there's a diversity in opinion about the safety features from the point of view of the drivers. Okay, and I've already talked about the effectiveness of the safety features, which could not be captured in this research, but another research can be done for capturing what was the effectiveness of the feature in avoiding the accident. Okay, and because of this we could not find any correlation between the vehicle safety features and the occurrence of the accidents. In the end, I recommend that there should be more awareness about the latest vehicle safety features, so that the drivers understand their importance, their effectiveness, and they are more willing to apply them, have them in their vehicles. Okay, and uh, it was seen that 94.3% of the responses have an accident. So if they have more awareness and more common implementation, or the more common usage of these vehicle safety features is done, then you may see a decrease in this percentage as well, that you will have less drivers who have an accident. So thanks for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you.